Next question, anyone?
Can you just, how do you feel about, being able to pull out this victory here?
It's a really big win. I mean, it's like our biggest rivalry, and it's just like a great win to come in here after the men won too, and just pull this one out as a team. It's really fun.
Why did you win today? What do you think?
I think everyone contributed, like we all believed in each other, and just before the game it was all about together, and I think we pulled it out together.
Chloe, same thing. Why do you think this team won? What did you do well today then?
Like Taylor said, we play well together. When everyone contributes, talking on defense, communication, and we also just kept our composure and poise during tough situations, which is great for our young team to learn that in hostile situations.
This is your first Army Navy game, right?
Mine?
No, not yet.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Not bad for our first outing, right?
Right. It was great. It was really fun.
How intense was it for you?
I've always looked forward to rivalry games, and I mean, looking up and seeing all these people here was kind of like thinking about all your dreams. Like it was like, because normally at women's games there's not that many people, so it was really fun playing out there. A lot of energy.
Chloe, just tell us maybe a little bit about how you got off to a very good start in the first half. You were shooting well, and you were playing good defense against Army.
I mean, that was our game plan, just team defense. Kelsey Manado is a great player, and everyone has to play defense together to stop that Army offense. So I thought we just shot the ball well and then carried it on the defense and kept the intensity up.
Until in last seconds, was the plan just to keep Kelsey from getting the ball and have someone else shoot it?
Yeah, so the plan was to keep Kelsey Manado from getting the ball and try to stay with 24. I'm not sure.
How heart-stopping was it when you saw she got the shot off before the buzzer?
A little bit, but I mean, we were up by 3, so I knew the only outcome could be the winner overtime. So it was nerve-wracking, though.
Now, talk about getting out to a quick start tonight, because not only were you guys shooting the ball well, but Army, I think they missed their first 10 shots from the field. Some of that was their doing, some of that was your doing. Just talk about, how important was it to get out to a good start today?
I think our coaches gave us a really good game plan, and that, I mean, every game we believe we're going to make shots at the beginning, whether or not they're falling or not. I mean, we're going to have a good morale. We just keep hitting each other up. But it was really great to start off with a lead, especially on the road, because the energy was just even more higher than our show.
Obviously, Army made its run. They started getting a little more success down the paint. Just talk about, Shredsman had it in the first half, and then it was Ortner in the second half. Just talk about facing those two players and what you could do to keep them contained.
Well, both of them have had great careers here at Army. And our game plan was just, they're very good post-to-post passing, and they play well together. So our game plan was just, when Kelsey Manado would come off the screen, play against both. We're actually missing our starting center, David Unger. She did not play tonight, so it was tough. Marina Munster did a great job stepping up. Unfortunately, she did foul out, but I thought she did a great job, just making her presence known down there.
You were overcome. They actually had more assists, they had more rebounds, but you were able to overcome those measures. I'd say, what did it really take just to overcome and win?
They had more assists and rebounds than us. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I think we just, it was simple. Like, we stayed together, and we knew that it was going to be a tough game. We knew it was going to be battle and war, like, the whole 40 minutes. So I think just knowing that and having the lead and knowing that we could pull it out, just mental.
Sure.
Can you remember when Minato hits the potential game time 3, but then Coach McGarty had called the timeout?
Yes.
What was that like to see that shot going in and go, rest, wave it off?
I don't really think of it. I actually thought they'd call like a moving screen or something. I didn't see the timeout.
I thought they did too.
Yeah, moving screen.
Stephanie, want to comment on the big one?
Well, this was such a mishmash lineup for us. We didn't have our starting center. Didn't make the trip, and then number 33 was in foul trouble all night. So we just were so small, and to come out with this win, and I didn't even necessarily know that we shot the ball as well. I thought Army's defense was really good and really smart, and whether it was our personnel or their defense, it just felt like offensively we really struggled in the second half. But to come out with the win, it's definitely the proverbial, like, somehow we found a way. Obviously, Ashanti Kennedy's pull-up was a huge shot, and just so proud of her, for having picked up that offensive foul like a minute and a half before that, and then coming back and hitting that pull-up was awesome. So that, the resiliency that she showed right there was impressive, and just really happy for the team. They're so conscientious, and for so many of them, this is their first Army game, and it's just always fun to be on the winning side of this, obviously, and we have not always been.
Yeah, I mean, that's a key point, because you've brought such a veteran teams in here in the last couple of years, and so this is kind of, good for you to, how did you address it with the team? Anything specific?
It's hard. Chloe, I thought, was really good before the game, talking about just trying to get people in the right mindset, and we just really talk about keeping your head, keeping your poise in an environment like this, in a game like this, and this game can be so dramatic. People can beat themselves a lot in this game.
But
Just mentally.
But you didn't today.
We didn't, and that's where Ashanti didn't beat herself. She stayed with her game. That pull-up is her shot. I had told her to look for that shot. I'm like, that kid can't stop your pull-up. And then Taylor got an offensive foul as well, really late, our last possession. Not the greatest play. We'll talk about that later. But, she hit those free throws, and, not that necessarily mattered, but, yeah, so just super happy with the team.
Coach, you got off to a good start. What did you tell the team about preparing for an Army-Navy game? Because there is a big crowd, and there's a lot of big name officials here. Chairman Joint Chiefs was here. How do you prepare the team for the environment that plays like another game?
Yeah. Well, I really lean on the upper class players too. They talk in the locker room a lot when the coaches aren't there. So I think it'd be great to ask Chloe that question. I know that what I heard her say was, to kind of keep it in perspective, and it's one of 18 league games, and that's part of, I guess, keeping your head. But at the same time, it's so fun, to play in front of this many people, and
sure.
And it's just always such a really rugged game. So we just tried to actually strategize. That's really all, just kind of the details. I don't give a lot of real motivational speeches.
Chloe, maybe your thoughts on how you prepare the team for this environment and the rivalry?
Well, we got to see some of the boys' game before, so it was good for the younger players just to see the crowd, and during our walk today, they got to see the arena for the first time. But yeah, like Steph said, it is one of the Patriot League games. Like, we're just going into it like mentally, just like another Patriot League game. But they did well. They weren't really like shell shocked when they got in there. So I just told them just keep their heads straight. There's going to be a lot of people heckling us, and just don't want to listen to them. 15 of us and the coaching staff, just keep your head with us. So.
Taylor, what was it like for you being in an Army-Navy game?
It was really exciting. I haven't had another experience like that before, where it's just like so many people screaming at the same time. But you kind of just have to pay attention to the game. You can't really get like sucked into the whole crowd, or else you won't really be focused.
Sure.
Stephanie, can you talk about defending Manada? What was the game plan, essentially?
We just did something that a lot of people have done, just trying to help on her, They do so much, like, with their post players, working with her with dribble pitches, handoffs, ball screens, kind of big to little. So we just tried to not let her get good looks at three, and not get by us, and draw fouls and hit her little floater.
Well, she did everything. She got those fouls, but she didn't get those clean looks, so I guess that was important, right?
Yeah.
She probably drew about 6,000 teams tonight, the way she was.
Did she?
Yeah.
Well, that's what she does.
Schretzman obviously kept them in the game in the first
Played
half.
great,
Some
yeah,
big
played
plays.
great. She really played great.
And then Wartner finally came alive in the second half.
Yeah.
How concerned were you when she
Oh,
started?
super concerned. You saw the height disadvantage, and they obviously just use those three kind of in the lane area, and put two people on the wings, and It was hard. I mean, I'll have to see the film to see. You know, we do a pretty good job getting steals. I don't know if we were first in the league. I'm not sure if we still are, but which is something new for us. We kind of felt like this year, to be good, we were going to have to be a little better defensively and specifically get more steals. Not that we had a lot tonight, but yeah, we just deflections and steals have made a difference in our season for sure. And so we might have had some of those tonight in some key possessions that I don't remember perfectly, but when I watch film. Because, yeah, I mean, them scoring 50 is, you know, they certainly average more than that, so we were doing something right.
Anything else?